Priyanka selfie cops in trouble. Lady constables and sub-inspector face probe for taking selfie with Priyanka Gandhi. Priyanka says, punish me instead. Top cops maintain breach of police protocol. Selfie cops probed, due diligence followed, or Vendetta. Top focus on To The Point this evening.
Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. There are clear two sides to this story. Were these police women who took that selfie on duty? Absolutely. Did they break the set protocol? Yes, they did. Should they have done what they did, which is go ahead and take a selfie with Priyanka Gandhi? No. It is breach of protocol. But it's not the first time it's happened. It's happened with many political leaders, a lot of them from the BJP as well as the Congress and other political parties. It has happened before. Should action be taken? Well, till now, there's only a probe that has been launched. These women who were taking a selfie with Priyanka Gandhi are still at work and no action has been initiated. But a probe has been launched, which has prompted the Congress to ask that this is vendetta, not due diligence, which the UP police claims it is.
Priyanka Gandhi made a big ticket announcement promising 40% Congress tickets to women in the upcoming UP elections.
Uttar Pradesh में कांग्रेस पार्टी 40% टिकट महिलाओं को देगी.
And then she embarked on a selfie spree with women. Pictures taken with women, pandering to the constituency that Congress is eyeing this election. Women. Priyanka was detained en route to meet the family members of a sanitation worker who died in police custody. The women police posted on duty at the time posed for a selfie with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. That selfie went viral on social media and clearly did not go down well with the Yogi administration. The Lucknow Police Commissioner Dhruva Thakur has now ordered a preliminary probe against the police women seen taking a selfie with Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi, which the UP police believes is a direct breach of protocol. Priyanka Gandhi, who had posted one of the pictures she clicked with these women, slammed the Yogi government in a tweet. I am learning that these photos have distressed Yogi ji, so much so that he wants to take action against these police women. If taking a picture with me is a crime, I should also be punished for it. It is not befitting for the government to spoil the careers of these diligent and loyal police women. While it is clear that the women cops leaving their post while on duty to detain Priyanka is a breach of rules and police protocol. But this is not the first time that police personnel have violated said protocol. There have been many instances of cops tying shoelaces of political leaders, taking pictures with them, to even bowing in front of them. It is also imperative to say that till now no action has been initiated against these police women who took the selfie with Priyanka. However, a probe that has been launched has sparked the debate. Was this due diligence or vendetta? Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, what it's caused is a massive political debate where the Congress says that you are targeting these women because they decided that they wanted to take a selfie with Priyanka Gandhi. On the other hand, the UP police says that they breached protocol. There is set rule. You're on duty. Priyanka Gandhi was going to be detained and these women stepped outside their line of duty and took that selfie. Therefore, a probe has been launched. I want to cut across right now to Anila Singh, BJP spokesperson, Supriya Shrinate, Congress spokesperson, and Vikram Singh, former DGP, Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Singh, before we go across to our political panelists, I want to ask you, one thing is very clear. that these women who took that selfie stepped outside their line of duty. This was a place in Agra where Priyanka Gandhi was to be detained. These women were made in charge of that, and they decided to take a selfie with her.
So, am I supposed to make a remark on that, Preeti ji?
Yes, yes, Mr. Vikram. Mr. Singh, in terms of police protocol, was this breach?
Preeti ji, this is totally unacceptable. Service before self, and nothing exists except the protectee. For them, it was the protectee and protectee alone. There can be no diversions and no digressions. And any such act is highly unprofessional and needs to be checked and nipped in the bud immediately. Because if you do not intervene immediately, this gives rise to lack of professionalism and also put the protectee into a risk which is best avoided.
Okay.
Under these circumstances, I think the police would do well, the leadership, to check them and see what were the circumstances. These are frivolous activities and have no place in a serious matter like VIP protocol and security.
But Mr. Singh, now let me ask the counter question. It's not the first time it's happened. We've seen police personnel prostrate in front of Yogi Adityanath. We'll play those pictures as well. We have seen police personnel tying the shoelaces of various leaders. We've seen it. And selfies has been the least of it all.
You have said that in your opening remarks. Two wrongs do not make one right. That is even more reprehensible. And I would say that strongest possible action must be taken to those who are into sycophancy instead of their duties and those who do things that are not expected of them.
Okay.
You're supposed to be living with honor, and then your salary comes from the President of India, not from any politician. Don't forget that. You're supposed to be answerable to your protocol and to your charter of duties, not to any frivolous activity.
All right, Mr. Singh, stay with me. So let's now open it up to our political panel. Supriya Srinate, like Mr. Singh also said, these are frivolous activities. They need to be checked every time they happen. A probe has been lodged. Not that any action has been taken. All these women who took that selfie with Ms. Gandhi are still, working. They're still on duty.
You know what it smacks of is political vendetta. And if it wasn't political vendetta, why is action or a probe being initiated only because certain selfies were clicked with Priyanka Gandhi ji? While, I respect Mr. Singh and I respect his assertion that in the line of duty you have to protect the protectee and all of that. But, these women are not just people in uniform. They're also women. They can take a picture with someone. To initiate action against that smells of political vendetta simply because they took pictures with Priyanka Gandhi ji. I did not hear your opening remarks. I'm sorry, I got a little late to join the show. But I have seen pictures of people tying the laces of Yogi Adityanath ji. I have seen the Chief Secretary standing with a glass of water. Should the probe not have been initiated then? Because I agree that two wrongs may not make a right. But if a probe was not initiated then, and it's initiated only now, it will smack of political vendetta. She made a huge announcement in Uttar Pradesh which opens the floodgates to people and to women from all walks of life to be a part of mainstream politics. These women may have been excited or happy about it. They saw her, they may have wanted to get a picture clicked. I think it's a harmless exercise. We don't need to bring in so much, we don't need to bring in so much policing into this matter. And if we are going to do that, then let's go back to all the times where people have clicked pictures with the Prime Minister and posted on their social media. I know of senior bureaucrats and police officials who have their DPs as pictures with the Prime Minister and Yogi Adityanath. Is that right? Should a probe be initiated against them? And will a probe be initiated against an IPS officer and IAS officer for doing so? Or is it only simple to, fabricate these women as frivolous just because, they are junior level officers? There are IPS officers whose DPs are with the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister.
All right, okay. Anila Singh, I want to come to you and I want to give you an instance. Anila Singh, in 2018, at the Gorakhnath temple in Gorakhpur, the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath was sitting and an inspector, Praveen Kumar, went prostrate in front of him. Was a probe launched at that point of time? Because that is clearly stepping outside the line of duty. He was fully uniformed. He was on duty there.
Preeti, I come from police and administrative background, and I totally understand the mindset of such people who are in services and they try to do certain things which should not be done when they are on duty. So whether we talk about any police inspector or any police personnel, whether cleaning the shoes of a neta by his or her own handkerchief, or tying shoelaces, or kneeling down in front of any of the leader when they are on duty, it is absolutely incorrect. It is not allowed. They should not do it. Here, if we talk about these lady police persons, like who got the selfie clicked with Priyanka ji, I mean, fine, Priyanka ji has got she has a charismatic personality, no doubts about it. But these lady police persons, they were on duty at that time. If they were on duty, it is not allowed.
No, why Ms. Anila Singh, it's been, Ms. Anila Singh, why it's been called out as vendetta, which Supriya Srinath says is, it's selective. It is selective. You don't do that in other cases, but you've chosen to do it here. And what Mr. Nate is saying is primarily at the back of an announcement which makes you politically uncomfortable.
Political vendetta? What is political vendetta about it? The reality is Priyanka Vadra ji is using women as a political tool. The announcement which she made about 40% of tickets to be given to female in her party in upcoming election, again, it is a political tool. We know it very well. That they won't be able to win the elections, rather सबकी जमानत जब्त होगी. और जो misogynist mindset के लोग, just give me 10 more seconds, they will get an opportunity to say कि हम तो कहते ही हैं कि औरतें successful नहीं हो सकती. And secondly, she announced कि I'll give scooty and I'll give smartphone and all those things. She can announce anything. वो तो बोलते मैं कार दूंगी, क्योंकि वो जानती है अच्छी तरीके से she can't win the elections because she doesn't have political grounds here. And finally, I want to tell about this selfie thing. I mean, this is the only thing, whether these lady police persons, they were there for her security or whether they were there to detain
But madam, that's the question, and I want to bring in Mr. Nate and putting that picture out. Guru Purnima, Gorakhnath temple, a uniformed inspector prostrate in front of Yogi Adityanath. No action was taken against him. Mr. Nate, you wanted to make a point. Come in.
He might be off duty at that time.
No, he was on duty, ma'am. On duty. In uniform, on location.
No. Uniform doesn't mean that he was on duty at that time.
Ma'am, he was on duty. It was established. It was established he was on duty. Anyway, Ms. Srinath, please come and make your comment.
Then he did wrong.
I am only trying to bring about one point here. And the point is, if you are going to make an example of how people should or should not behave, then let's start right at the top. Let us first start punishing IAS and IPS officers who pose with the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister for selfies, and then come down to constables. आप पहले आईएएस और आईपीएस अधिकारियों को सबक सिखाइए, फिर ये पुलिसकर्मी जो बेचारी अभी नौकरी में आई हैं लड़कियों को सिखाइएगा. उनको सिखाने की आपकी हिम्मत नहीं है क्योंकि वो आपके पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा को सूट करता है, या आपके पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा को सूट नहीं कर रहा है, इसलिए आपको दिक्कत है. मैं फिर से एक बात कहूंगी, आज की तारीख में प्रधानमंत्री जी की कुशीनगर में रैली हुई थी. डू यू नो दैट देयर वाज एन ऑफिशियल मैसेज सेंट टू आंगनबाड़ी वर्कर्स to come in regular saris to attend that and not in their आंगनबाड़ी यूनिफॉर्म? क्यों बुला रहे हैं आप सरकारी लोगों को वो रैली अटेंड करने के लिए? क्या वहां पर ये नहीं होना चाहिए? क्या वहां पर एक्शन नहीं ले जाना चाहिए? ये तो मैं आपके सामने बोल रही हूं. मेरे पास यहां पर मैसेज है उस ऑफिसर का कुशीनगर में, जिसने कहा कि इस पूरे एरिया की आंगनबाड़ी वर्कर्स को अपनी ऑफिशियल साड़ी को छोड़ के रेगुलर साड़ी पहनकर वहां पर आना है. भीड़ बढ़ानी है तो आपको कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, वहां पे सरकारी लोगों को जुटाइएगा. और अगर कोई पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा करना है तो आप प्रियंका जी के साथ, अगर किसी ने खुशी में पिक्चर खिंचा ली, और बड़े नेताओं के साथ पूरी दुनिया में लोग खिंचाते हैं, ये कौन सी बड़ी बात है? I will say, if you want to make an example, let's make an example of the IAS and IPS officers. But Mr. the fact is, these were young women in uniform. Let's say they got excited and got that picture taken. But why use them as a political tool? Because these were the same pictures which were peddled by the Congress handle. Miss Gandhi herself tweeted that picture out. When you know it's wrong, why put these pictures across? No, I don't think it was, which is what I'm saying, Preeti. I don't think in the first place it is wrong. When I am in public life and when I go out and people recognize me, they flock to me to get pictures clicked.
But ma'am, these are women in uniform. They're not supposed to have any political leaning. I don't understand the furore being made. They don't have a political leaning. She's a public figure.
because they have seen their officers. इन्होंने तो अपने सुपर ऑफिसर्स को योगी जी और मोदी जी के साथ सेल्फी खिंचाते हुए देखा है, तो इनको लगता है सेल्फी खिंचाने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. They have learned from their super seniors and the super seniors are clicking selfies. उनके खिलाफ कोई एक्शन नहीं हुआ. एक्शन बेचारी लड़कियों के खिलाफ हो रहा है क्योंकि वो सस्ता उनके ऊपर राजनीति करनी है भाजपा को. The fact is that they are being made as scapegoats to prove a point. If you really want to prove a point, start right at the top with the chief secretary.
Anila Singh, I know you want to come in.
Avasthi standing with a glass of water.
I want to go once to Vikram Singh again. Mr. Nehru, I just want to go once. Mr. Vikram Singh, the fact is, it's, you know, the precedence has been set over years. Look at the state that you yourself were an administrator in. Look at what used to happen during Mayawati's time. You know it better than anybody else.
Absolutely. There are 2 or 3 occasions. We are mixing up too many things at the same time. The first thing is that there are social occasions, then there are also ceremonial occasions, and there are duty-oriented programs. When there is a social occasion, when there is an official like a regimental dinner or something, of course selfies are most welcome. There is a photo op and there is a photo corner also. There's also selfie corner. That of course is condonable because it is expected that during regimental dinners or during other matters, things can be permitted. That is a social occasion. But when a person is on duty, it is just the protectee and the protector. Nothing else in the world matters.
Okay.
A small example that a lady wife was there and the baby daughter was there and she tumbled down the stairs, and the husband on duty did not, and I would compliment that husband, he stood by the person he was protecting, he did not go to offer a hand to his wife, and that is an example. That
all right, Anila Singh, you wanted to come in quickly, make your point.
Preeti, when you mentioned this thing, that you are making women as a political tool by, like Priyanka Vadra herself, she tweeted the pic where, these police ladies, they got themselves clicked with Priyanka Vadra. So definitely this is the nail. I mean, you have hit the nail in the head. This is what I am saying, that Priyanka Vadra is using women as a political tool. Here also, she used these ladies, police ladies, and she let them click the photograph and then she tweeted, knowing very well that this is going to be against the service rule in a way.
Okay.
She knew it very well. So, I mean, this is very unfortunate that you are using women as a political tool.
Using women as a political tool and clubbed with what Mr. Singh said, that there are occasions for selfies with political leaders. This is your on duty.
With all due respect to Mr. Singh, sir, ceremonial dinner में constables और इतनी young लड़कियों को बुलाया नहीं जाता है, DGP और DIG level लोगों को बुलाया जाता है, शायद इसलिए उन्होंने selfie खिंचा ली. लेकिन मैं एक बात और बोलूंगी, in a politics which is so aggressive and so male dominated and so masculine, they saw a woman who was willing to smile at them, who was willing to ask about their conditions, work conditions, while she was being unnecessarily detained. Remember, these police women were sent to stop her from going to Agra, where a man was killed in police custody. They perhaps thought that she's doing the right thing. I'm not batting for them, but all I'm saying is, in politics, when you see somebody who's fresh, who wants to bring a smile on your face, who's willing to ask how your duty has been today, who's willing to ask how many hours you've worked on, you perhaps feel for that woman and you can get a...
But Mr. Naik, it's not about these women. The question is that you are putting the onus on these women when the onus should have been on Miss Gandhi not to tweet out that picture of these women taking that selfie.
And she has said very categorically, if somebody has to be punished for this, punish me. Do not take your anger out or your political vendetta out on these women. If you have to make a wrong right, please punish me for this. Not
Anila Singh, 10 seconds, quickly come
in as many words as I'm saying.
Absolutely. Just now, Supriya ji said that I am not batting for these lady police persons, but I want to say, and whatever she said. But here, Preeti, I am saying this thing in very clear and loud words. I want to advocate on the behalf of these lady police persons because they are being used by Priyanka Vadra ji.
All right, I need to.
Vadra ji, and I plead
ladies,
Vadra ji,
I need to bow out of this debate. Vikram Singh, I know you wanted to come in, sir. I know you wanted to come in. I need to close this debate. Appreciate all three of you for joining us. The fact is, in midst of all of this politicking and politics, it's these young women whose possibly career is on stake. They've taken a selfie. Now, it might be breach of protocol, but should they pay the highest price of it? We leave it for our viewers to decide. A quick break. On the other side is Rahul Kamal.